All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the new Power for You team call. This is Leanne. And I see that some people are hopping on right now. I'll give them just a second. What you should see right now, here, let me show my screen, and you should be able to see two things right now. Here's what you should be able to see. You should be able to see just a blank slate right here. This is where if I need to draw anything, I'll do that. And then you should be able to see this one Safari window that has my Get Response Summary on it. And here's the thing. I sent out an email, and I sent out an email to my team, and most of you are my team members, so I appreciate that. Hey, Ken, what's going on? I see you in there. And then I sent this to my list just as an invite to listen in. If you're on my team, I will be, if you want, I will unmute you to let you, talk and ask questions and share your mind. But really the goal of this is to talk about what to do with new team members. And why are we talking about that? Because we just ran a very successful team co-op, right? So and let me share with you some of the results that we had. There were basically 4 of us that participated in this initial co-op. And first thing that I got, I didn't even know the traffic had started. It was supposed to start this morning. It started early. Luckily, we were all set and ready to go. So first thing is I'm looking in my inbox. This is, I've got my son with me. This is after work hours. And Chris sends me an email, and he goes, just to let you know, I have 15 opt-ins in the last 45 minutes. It's fascinating to watch. And, wow, now it's 22 opt-ins. And anyway, he was very excited, and I was like, wow, the traffic's running. I better start looking. And so I let everybody else know. Of course, Anton is asleep because he's in South Africa. And so this morning he woke up to 80 leads and 1 sale. I think Ken had about 100 opt-ins, which is a good 40% conversion rate, which is awesome. And I had about 110 leads, which is around a 44% conversion rate, or I think I was at 43. And what I would call a half a sale. And I'll explain that in a second. So here's the thing. So here we are, very successful co-op. Usually with traffic, I say don't expect sales right away, but as you can see, it happens, right? It happens. I have a new member who hasn't paid yet, basically. Anton's got a new member, and the rest of you guys, I believe, will have new members very soon if you continue to do what I teach in terms of the follow-up, okay? In terms of the follow-up and what you do in your email series. So real quick, we're going to talk about your funnel, but what we're really going to talk about today is what to do with your new team members and basically how to maximize your sales. Okay, that's the whole purpose of this call, and I'm really glad that most of you guys are here, especially those of you who are in the co-op. So good to have you guys here. So good. So let's talk about the process, because when you talk about an automated web business, it's really not 100% automated, but the majority of it, the real grunt work is very easily automated. And you guys just saw that, right? Because, boom, all of a sudden you're getting opt-ins. You've got a system set up that's collecting them, and you've got a process that follows up, right? And so in a way, this is really automated. But here's the thing. Even though you can make sales that way, there's a way to make more money, which obviously is something that you want to do. Okay, so super automated, done for you traffic. You don't even have to worry about how to run traffic, and eventually you study that, and maybe you get cheaper clicks and cheaper opt-ins and better conversion rates, all that. You work on your funnel, you increase the conversion rates. Chris, I think your conversion rates were lower than most of us because you had a very different style of landing page. You had a video on the landing page, and I'm going to recommend that you do a non-video landing page to see the difference. However, what Chris also told me was that he was able to convert a lot of those into iPass members. Okay, so we all have access to the iPass system and the iPass 2 free system, and he was able to get a lot of people joining there. And so there was something that he was doing on the front end that was turning off people who probably really shouldn't be there and was letting in the people that really belong there. So conversion rates on the front end, not everything. Nice to get them really high, but it's even nicer when the back end conversions are higher. So, and we can mastermind at the end of the lecture session basically, and talk about what worked for you and what went well. But here's the deal: what do you do now when you're getting new team members? Because that's what's going to happen, right? That's what's going to happen is if you don't already have a new team member, you're going to get some new team members from this traffic. This is buyer's traffic. The people that opted in have a real interest. As long as you follow up with them and send them daily broadcasts, they're going to pay attention, and eventually, when don't make the mistake. Let me say this: don't make the mistake of thinking that someone's going to join right away. As an example, I have a friend who just shared with me a story of how he joined a business opportunity. Okay, and basically, he said that he saw this opt-in page. He opted in, and he just followed the emails for a really long time. And when he joined, he went in at $15,000. That's how much he put into it. $15,000 right away. So was it an immediate sale? No. But because the person's list who he had opted to, the person was following up on a daily basis, he got more and more comfortable, trusted him more and more, and he went for it. And so that's really our focus here, because that initial sale, that's great, it's fun, it's exciting, but you're going to get more. Okay? So, yeah, so let's talk about what this looks like. So here's my get response. I've transferred to get response. So right now, I'm just building my get response list, right? I've got a huge list in SendReach. I've got a huge list in AWeber. I'm transferring everything, but not moving my people. I'm doing, a fresh list. It's always good to have a fresh list, in my opinion. And anyway, here's, a result of my split test. You see, which of my opt-in things, which of my landing pages got more opt-ins and which got less. Okay, this doesn't tell you anything, but it's just three different lists. This is how I split tested. Okay, as you can see today, I'm still getting traffic, not from the co-op. Okay, the co-op's over, but it's nice to have a boost of traffic. So you need regular traffic, daily traffic, and then it's nice to have a boost every once in a while, especially with buyer's traffic. Okay, so enough of that. Here's just some screenshot from lead pages. This is why I like lead pages so much. I'm just going to sort it by conversion rate again, going down. So we have a top conversion rate. Ignore these, obviously not enough to say anything. But okay, so look at this. Here's one of my pages, simple 19-minute, 43% conversion rates overall. Okay, I haven't only run it with our co-op. I've run it with other things as well. So out of 150, you can pretty much rely on that. 64 opt-ins, 43%. Here's my second best. Okay, 189 have been here, 40% conversion rates. Ignore this, too small. Here's my third one, 37%. Not the best, but still very good. Okay, industry average is about 20%, just so you know. And here's another one. Now, check this out. See this tag, simple email submit? I don't know if you knew you could tag things. You could go here and tag your lead pages, those of you who had lead pages. But I'm just gonna do this one because I split tested a bunch of different pages. Okay, these that don't have opt-ins, they're just probably videos. But I have, oh wait, this is not it. Simple email submit is the one I want to show. Here we go, this one. Okay, so I had a first version, second, third, and fourth version. And very early on, after about 44 views of each one, it became kind of clear that some of them were doing better, and so I ran those two, and then I had a clear winner. Okay, so now I only split test this with other things and try to improve it. So I just want to show you this is the process of split testing the front end. Okay, but let's get to the topic, right? Let's get to what we're doing now, because as you're fixing this, as you're getting opt-ins, all you need is one opt-in to your list to start doing something meaningful with it, and that one person could be the perfect opt-in for you, right? Especially, I believe, in the case of what Chris showed me, where he really qualifies people up front, and he does it in such a great way that I believe that his lower conversion rate is actually higher quality leads. But anyway, let's move on from that, and let's talk about the coaching process. Okay, a new member comes into your team. What do you do? And hang on, Chris is saying he can't hear me. The phone, whoops. Make sure the phone button is red, not green. Okay, so hopefully you can hear me now, Chris. If not, you can also dial in. And let me just check. Sorry, I just want to make sure. Oh, you are dialed in. Yeah, Ken says you had to dial in. So, I don't know, do you guys see each other's posts in there? Ken, like, do you see Chris's post in there? He only sees mine. Okay, so let me repeat what. All right, so hopefully that helps. I'm going to keep going because I'm recording this, and the last thing I want is somebody listening to the recording and going, okay, so now I got to wait 5 minutes and figure it out. So sorry about that, Chris. And you'll hear that when you listen to the recording, I guess. So let's talk about the upsell process, okay? And let me show this window, and you guys should all see this just blank window. I'm going to plug in my my favorite toy, my little Wacom tablet, and we're going to talk about. And by the way, if you guys have seen my my calls recently, you know I used to do this. I used to do this on the background desktop, and then it doesn't get saved, you know. And I figured this way I can actually save it. So. Let's look at that. Can I shrink the screen? No. All right, so a new member comes into your team, okay? And this person, a new member on your team, is usually going to come in at the $25 level, okay? The basic level. That's usually what they do. And the reason they do that is because for the most part, okay, unless you've done some work leading up to it, some really good stuff with your emails, the videos that you've been sending, they don't know and trust you that much yet, okay? They don't know you that much yet. They're just like, okay, this guy's been sending me emails about this, and okay, I guess I'll go for it. And then they see all the upsell videos, but they're not quite there. They're like, I don't know, am I going to get support? Can I actually do this? Is this possible for me, right? Those are the questions they're asking. Like, does it work for someone like me who's missing a leg? Does it work for someone like me who's failed for 10 years? Does it work for someone like me who's brand new to this industry, who has no idea what this is, right? That's what this guy is thinking. He's got a lot of questions, right? And I'm saying guy, could be a woman, a man, whatever, right? Young, old, doesn't matter. So might not even speak English for that matter, right, in some cases, but not with the traffic we've got. That's all English-speaking traffic. So here we are, right? And you've got this new member, and this new member is, you know, has a lot of questions and a lot of doubts. And this is where it becomes your job to really take action. So everything else in the business we try to automate, right? We work on our landing pages, we increase our conversion rates, we do what we can to get as many new members as we can. That's the initial goal. And then when I say we want to upsell and make more money, really, the focus is not, hey, how can I make more money? It's how can I best help this guy, okay? And can I erase with this? No. So how can I best help this guy, okay? Okay, this new team member. That's really what we're asking, right? Because we don't know this person's situation. We don't know what they need. So the way we're going to start is we're going to start by giving them a quick call, okay? So this is step one of being really active as you connect with them, with that person. That's 2 N's. I really do know how to spell usually, okay? So connect with them, and that's going to be a really quick phone call. Okay, it could be Skype if you're out of the country, right? It could be a phone call if you feel like it. It could be a quick email, and then you say, let's connect real quick, right? And this real quick connect, you really want to avoid extended conversations. And you can do Facebook chat too, by the way, right? Any way that you can connect with them and have a quick chat. Skype, Facebook, phone call. It's best to really connect by phone. And you just say, hey, super quick, hey, I saw you came into the team. I wanted to congratulate you. Listen, I want to set up your coaching call, okay? Okay, I just have a few minutes. I got to run to an appointment. I want to set up your coaching call. I just sent you an email with the steps that you need to complete in order to set that up. Can you check that you got that email? Now you're making sure it's not in spam and all that, right? Because what are you going to do is you email your new members, right? You email them, or you email them as you're on the phone, right? You have this this pre-built email that basically says, step 1, step 2, step 3, and then request your call, your coaching call. Okay, that's really what that is. So what does the email say? Well, if you're plugged into the Prosperity team, then they get an email that says, welcome, go in here, and they go in and they set up their business plan and all that. Right now, I don't know if you guys saw Dave Wood's, if you saw Dave's notes about this either on Facebook or an email. He's recreating the new steps, right? So let's just back up for a second, because each of you joined at a different time in my process in learning this stuff. So some of my team members joined way in the beginning before I even knew I had a team, right? So I joined, and I think I was in Team Take Massive Action. So I would send them stuff to do through Team Take Massive Action, but most of the things that I would say was, hey, get in, watch the 8 core commitment videos, which used to be readily available, and for a while they weren't, which got really confusing. Watch the 8 core commitment videos, and then once you're done watching them, give me a call and let's do your coaching session. And then that kind of disappeared. They moved things around in the back office, and if you listen to the Empower Hour call last Monday or the Monday before, then you probably realize that, a lot of people were confused, not only me, a lot of the top earners were confused, Tracy Walker, etc. And so I felt pretty good when they went over that, because I was like, what do I do? And then for a while, some of you joined when I was, I had looked at different teams to join, and I found Project AWOL and joined them. And that they had a fantastic process in which it was really simple. They had a great video, great video, a file that you actually have to fill out manually. They didn't have it automated online like Prosperity Team does. And then a majority of people I took through the AWOL process actually upgraded, okay? And then I switched to Prosperity Team, and Prosperity Team was more automated but produced lesser results for me. So that's kind of my take on this. Now things are going to change, and what I'm going to do, is because this training is coming out in just a few days, really, maybe even this week still, maybe in the next 2 days, I don't know, maybe by Monday, there's going to be a new quick start set of videos. I don't know if they're going to be called the 8 Core Commitment videos or something else, but there's going to be something, and that's what I'm going to be sending my new members to. So what's going to happen is, as they come in, I'm going to call them and I'm going to say, congratulations, there's just a few things you need to do. I want to set up your coaching call so I can best serve you, so I can help you get to where you want to go. So real quick, here's what you need to do. 1, go through the videos, and once you've done that, fill out your biz plans. What does that do? It answers a lot of questions in advance for me, right? So I know, if I need to plan, so I just know who this person is that I'm talking to. And 3, and actually, let's cross that out. I was going to say, let me know so we can schedule a coaching call. Then what I usually say is, when do you think you're going to be able to finish that? Because some people are very busy, some people are not. I've had people tell me, hey, I'm off for the next 2 days, right? Actually, Joe, firefighter, works like, I don't know, every other day or every 2 other days or something like that. And he's like, hey, I'm off tomorrow. I'll just, I'll finish it up. I'll be done with it in 5 hours. Great, right? And some people are like, oh, well, I have I have to take a test for work. I have to do this and that. I can get it done by Monday. Fine, whatever it is, schedule the coaching session already so that they have, a reason to finish these on time, right? Okay, great. You schedule the coaching and you say, put this on your calendar. And here's what I like to do. I like to tell them to call me. Okay? I like to tell them to call me. Okay? At this time, put this on your calendar, put this reminder, because you're going to call me. Okay? Why do I do that? Exactly because of that. Because if I'm calling them, they're going to say, great. And most of them are not going to put it on their calendar, because most people are not like me, right? So, and that's a fact, right? I'm very organized. Somebody tells me I'm going to call you at this time. I put it on my calendar because I want to be in my office, right? Most people are not like that, so I tell them, put this on your calendar and call me at this time on this date. Make sure that, oh, I just shrunk it. I have no idea what I did. Make sure that you have watched the business plan. And I have no idea how to make this big again. Haha. Okay, that's all right. So that's step one. That's step one. And for those of you who made some initial sales and you're like, well, do I wait 2 days to do this? No. If you've made sales, take people through, and this is not step two. Let's undo that. If you made sales, then you just take them through iPass, okay? Because that's what we've got going on right now. So if you made sales already, take them through iPass. They have that welcome, okay, that welcome link. It goes out automatically. You can make sure they got it. If not, you forward it to them again. They just set up their system. They pay their affiliate fee. If they want to be affiliates, they go in there, and most of them are going to want to be affiliates because they're here because they want to make more money online. And you take them through the business plan. And the iPass system does everything for you, and soon we'll have iPass 2, and that's going to be a different level, right? A whole new level. As Ken says in here, iPass 2 is going to beat down BIM. Yes, I agree. Okay. So, and if you guys might hear my son, he's trying to open my door, and he might succeed. He's getting pretty good at that. Let's talk about the actual coaching. Okay. So this is step one. You connect with your new member real quick. You say, congratulations. Look, I'm so glad that you found this. What I want to do is set up your coaching call to make sure that I can help you as best I can. I just have a few minutes here, but I want to let you know what your next steps are so that you can be prepared for the coaching call. You know, check your email, make sure you got this, you have it. Great, here's what you do. You're going to click on that link. Go ahead and click on it now. Okay, you see that video? Great. Watch that, follow the instructions. When you get in there and set up your account, you're going to see a business plan video. Watch that video, fill out your business plan. Let me know when you're done and call me at, this time. Basically, yeah, how long do you think it's going to take you to go through that? Okay, great. By Saturday, perfect. So 5 o'clock on Saturday, write this down. Call me. Here's my number. Make sure that you're on time because I'm going to have other calls scheduled. And make sure that you've got your business plan filled out by then. Okay, great? Good. Okay. If you have any questions in between then, feel free to email me. Nice to meet you. Talk to you soon. Looking forward to it. Okay? Now, I have to figure out how to clear the screen. What is this? Let's see. Full screen, screen snap, camera. Let's do blank. Okay. Nice. It opened up big. Let's do a different color for a change. Red. I always like red. Okay. So now it's time for their coaching call. Okay. Now it's time for their coaching call. And you've got a tool at your disposal, which is their business plan. And if you guys don't know, you can log in. I don't want to show this because I don't want to show people's personal information on here. But when you log into the Prosperity team, and if you don't know how to do this, just ask me. I'll show you where to get to it. But you can look at your team members. You get a whole list of team members, what level they're at, and you get the little link. First of all, you get to click on their picture and you get their details, but you also get to download their PDF of their business plan. And when you download that, you can save it to your computer and open it up when you talk to them. And I like to review it the day before, right? I like to tell them, hey, make sure you finish this like the day before the coaching call. But it's not necessary, right? They could do it like 2 minutes before. So they filled out their business plan. You are looking, at their business plan, okay? You're looking at it and they're calling you and you say, hey, congratulations again. Great. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to pull up your business plan, ask you a couple of questions just to get clarification, okay, because you're going to go through the business plan with them. I'm going to ask you a few questions just to get clarification, and then what we're going to do is I'm going to help you set up a plan that's good for you, a plan that's going to take you to where you want to go. Does that make sense? Okay, and they say, yeah. I just want to make sure that I'm taking the time to do this with you, right? I want to make sure that when I offer you this blueprint, when I show you how to get to your goals, that you're actually going to take action and do it. So I just want to make sure, are you an action taker? Are you going to be doing this, right? And you want to make sure they say yes, right? You want to make sure they say yes. And if they have concerns about that, well, I'm really busy. Do you have, an hour a day to work towards improving yourself? Because if not, there's no point in me going through this with you. Does that make sense? Okay. Most people are just going to say yes, I'm going to do it, right? Because they're excited to be talking to you, right? And they're excited to move forward. And by the way, let me back up here for a second from the coaching call, because some concerns that you guys have, and actually I think Anton brought this up, is, you know, what if somebody says, what if somebody asks me, how much have you made, right? What do I tell them? Well, here's the thing, okay? First of all, just get it in your mind that you're already ahead of them because you've made that first sale and they haven't. They're new to the system. So if you've made $25 with Empower Network and they haven't, guess what? You know something they don't. You've got a system set up, right? You know how to do this and you can show them how. But here's the thing. When somebody asks a question like that, which doesn't happen often, but if it does, they're not really asking about you. They could care less what you make, and that's the honest truth. They don't care, okay? They do not care what you make. They want to know, can they reach their goals? Can they be successful here? Is it possible? That's what they want to know. And so if anyone ever asks me that, that's exactly what I tell them. Look, you're asking me how much I make, but usually when people ask me that, they don't really care what I make. They want to know if it's possible for them to make what they want to make. So let me ask you a question. If I give you all the tools that you need, if I give you all the training that you need, okay, if I make all that available to you to show you how to reach your goals, are you going to do what it takes? Are you going to follow the training? Are you going to use the tools in order to reach your goals? Okay, it's that simple. And what's the answer? Of course, yes. Of course they're going to do it, right? So I just wanted to back up with that. But you won't get that question, okay? I can almost guarantee it. Ken says, tell him to piss off and hang up. No, and he's kidding. But no. Remember that any question someone asks you about you, they really don't care about you. They really don't, okay? And I'm talking in this process here where you are the one coaching them, which already gives you it puts this, it makes you the coach, right? So it doesn't matter how much experience you have. They could have been online failing for 10 years, and you've just made that sale, and you've only been online for a month, and you've just made that sale. Guess what? You're coaching them because you did something that they couldn't do, okay? So you know something they don't, and you're going to help them figure it out no matter how much experience they have over you, right? So just remember that any question someone asks you about you is not about you, it's about them. And so you want to think, why would someone ask that? Why would someone ask how much I make? Because they want to know if it's possible for them to make what they want to make. And if you actually answer in numbers, they won't believe you. Doesn't matter if your numbers are huge or tiny, it's going to have a negative reaction, right? So you don't want to give numbers, okay? If you say, oh, I've made $5 million, right? Just throwing a random huge number out there. I've made $5 million with this. They're going to think, I don't have enough experience to do that. This is probably not for me. This person just knows how to sell or whatever. They're going to come up with some excuse in their mind. If you say, oh, I've made $25, then they're going to say, I really want to make more than that. I don't know if this is for me, right? So get to the root of their questions. When they ask questions, get to the root. What is it they really want? And if you're not sure, ask them. Look, you just asked me this personal question about me. Look, I don't mind answering it, but what I know from experience is that usually when people ask that, there's something underlying that. There's something that they really want to know about themselves and whether they can do what they want to do. And so let me just ask you, what is it that you're really worried about? Can you explain to me what's really concerning you and what I can answer for you? Okay. So feel free to ask. This is about asking and getting them to talk. So the coaching call. Number one, go through the biz plan. Okay? Easy peasy. You say here that you want to drive a Tesla. Tell me more about that. Right? Whatever, you guys know the business plan questions. We have all of them laid out, right? you know, you say you want to drive a Tesla. What is that going to take you to do, right? You guys remember all the questions. What is that going to take you to do? Okay, $5,000 a month or whatever. I don't know what it costs to own a Tesla. I don't really care. I'd rather ride a bicycle, to be honest with you, but I wouldn't say that on the coaching call. Let me get focused. I can give you a coaching call. So you go through the biz plan. I see here that you currently do this. That's great. Tell me about that. What do you like about it? What do you not like about it? Okay, so you want to make more money. Great, I understand that. Okay, so you got reduced at work. You might get laid off. You're kind of worried about that, and you want to make some extra income. Great. Well, I'm really glad you're here because I can help you with that. Good. Let's look at what you really want in life. So you want to take your husband to the Caribbean. That's lovely. Okay, that's awesome. I love that. Let's talk about how you're going to get there, and then you get to the numbers, right? Get to the numbers. You say, I think you went through this already, but let's just make it really clear. And I'm going to pull out a calculator, and I actually pull out a calculator. So let's do that. Let me actually pull out a calculator, and I'll show this to you. Okay, you guys should see this calculator now. And I actually go through it. I say, right now, you're at the basic level. You're at the blog level, or $25, and you've told me that you want to make $10,000 a month. Okay, and guys, you'll get people at all levels. You get people who want to make an extra $1,000 a month because that's what it's going to take to get what they want or to pay their bills, and they're not living somewhere like you're living, right? Where I live in California, $10,000 is not enough to live. It's not. Okay? Some people live in, I don't know, New Orleans or something, or Oklahoma, and they can live off of $3,000 a month. Great. Good for them. I'm not moving there, right? So people are going to give you different amounts for different reasons, and it doesn't matter. Their goal is their goal. Okay, and what you're going to do is make it very clear to them what it takes to reach that goal. So you told me you want to make $10,000. Right now, you're positioned at the $25 level, and in order to make that 10,000 sales, you guys are all familiar with this number. Oh my gosh, right? You all are. But here it is. You got to make, and usually they'll tell me because they've seen it. They're like, yeah, 400 sales. Yeah, 400 sales. Now, that seems like a lot of sales. How easy do you think that would be to make 400 sales a month? Not easy, right? Yeah, I don't think so either. I'm sure it's possible, but it's not easy. Let's talk about the next level because, you know, if you were to upgrade to the Inner Circle, which first of all gives you great mindset. I mean, it is my absolute favorite program inside of Empower Networks. No joke. Number one program, in my opinion, most important program of all. Okay, I use it every single day. If you were to upgrade to that and position yourself at the Inner Circle, then you would have positioned yourself to make 10,000 in 80 sales. Now, would you agree that 80 sales is a little bit easier than 400 sales a month? Yeah, I think so too. Still a lot of sales, wouldn't you say? Yeah, I think so also. The nice thing is it's recurring. But let's see for a second, if you were positioned at the Costa Rica, right, then how many sales would you need to make in order to reach that 10,000 a month goal? 16 sales. How's that sound? Much easier. Yeah, okay. And if you were positioned at the 15K, just saying, 6, maybe 7 sales a month. Okay, pretty easy. Especially since at this point you'd be able to use paid traffic, which is really fast, right? I use paid traffic. That's how I get my leads. That's how I make my sales. And I got to tell you, when you are at the 15K, you can really make back money on what you spend. Below that, you're taking a risk. Costa Rica, yeah, you can do some paid marketing, not a lot. Before that, you'd be making all those sales, doing all the work. Here, it's paid traffic, just 6 sales, okay? Sounds pretty good, right? Great. Now, what you might end up, thinking about is upgrading to the Masters. Now, if you did go all in, here's what would end up happening is it would take just 2, maybe 3 sales per month to reach your goal. What do you think? If you were given all the tools and all the training, because this would give you all the training, do you think you could manage that, 2 sales a month? Yeah, pretty clear, right? Of course, right? You have the training and you have the tools, not to mention all the team bonuses that come at those levels, like the co-op and so on, and access to done-for-you traffic and all of that. Okay, so what you're going to see is you'll have people who say less, right? So sometimes they'll say $2,500, right? I just need to make $2,500 a month. And at that point, I'll stop here, right? 1625. So this would be like a 15K sale. And say, okay, so 1 to 2 sales a month. You got it. Now, you know, this is beyond your goal. Here's what I would say to somebody who wants less. This is beyond your goal, but I just, you know, if you were positioned at the Masters, I'm just saying, you would kind of, you know, go over your goal, right? You kind of go over your goal. And that's what I let them see. That's what I want them to see. I want them to see what's possible with the numbers. It's simple. It's already in there. They've already gone through it. Some of them stop me. I know, I'm going to upgrade, right? So that's how you do that. Let me quit out of the calculator there. Or, oh, let me quit, apparently. Okay, there we go. All right. So let me look at some comments real quick before we continue. Yes, Ken says the question comes from a place of fear. It's our job to comfort and assure them they can be successful if they follow the process. No excuses. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Good. So that's the process. That's the coaching call. Okay. And then you always want to end with next steps. Okay. Okay. So here's what I want you to do. Okay. Here's what I want you to do. We've already determined that in order to reach your goal of $10,000 a month, you've already seen the numbers. You know what it's going to take. Here's what I want you to do. I want you to log in to your Empower Network back office. And when you log in, you're going to see all the courses on the left side. You see all the core content there. You'll have a little green activate button there. Okay. I want you to upgrade to the level that's going to help you reach your goal as fast as possible. That's what I want you to do. Okay. And then I want you to go ahead and get your event ticket. Okay. Now, if you guys saw my blog post recently, then you know why this is so essential, right? You know why this is so essential, because the event ticket, the events are where breakthroughs happen. Okay. The events are where I've grown as a leader to be able to offer you the training that I offer you, okay? And there's a difference between experience, which I have plenty of and many people do, and knowledge, which I have plenty of, which many of you do and many people do. Okay, knowledge of this industry. You guys have all sorts of knowledge in the world, right? I'm talking about the industry. Okay, I've got plenty of years, but leadership is something altogether different, and breakthroughs are something altogether different. Okay, let's talk about that for a second. Okay, leadership. If you can't read my handwriting, you heard me, right? And breakthroughs. That's a really long word. Okay. Leadership and breakthroughs is what you get at events. And so those of you who are either new to the team or been here and have not gone to events, you owe it to yourself to go to an event, and you will know immediately why you're going to invite your team members to the events. Because when people go to events, they have breakthroughs, they grow as leaders, and they start to work their business in ways that they have not done before, and they start to grow. And remember, this business it's about you, first of all, producing, okay, you producing and making those sales and those upsells and everything else that you need to make. And then it's about leadership, right? And when you have leadership, you get people that stick around, okay? Which is not only nice for your bottom line because they're paying their monthly fees, right? And you're getting commission, but that's not the point, right? That's just a side benefit of it. The benefit is that you grow a team, okay? And when you have a team, you can do all sorts of wonderful things and help people. And when your team members start to grow, on a financial standpoint alone, other than how good it feels when your teammates make sales, because you're like, yes, it's not like I'm the only one succeeding here. My team members are succeeding. I can't describe that feeling. The only other time I've ever had that feeling before is when I taught high school and my students, got something, and I was like, yes, they got it. Did it make a difference in my life? Not at all. But it felt good to help someone move up in life. That's what it is. You help someone grow in life, and it feels phenomenal, okay? Karmic, if that's a word. And then, of course, the money part is they pass up sales to you, okay? So, events. That's the power of events, is that it gets people producing, it gets people growing as leaders, gives them the breakthroughs that they need, not only for motivation, right? You get the motivation on the Monday night call and in the inner circle and all of that, but it gives them the breakthroughs that are not available anywhere else. And it's going to give you that too. If you haven't been to all the events, when you go, you're going to have at least one breakthrough guaranteed, and your business is going to jump. It's going to jump, okay? There's going to be some little hurdle or something that you think is some huge deal, and when you go to the event, all of a sudden it's going to be so far behind you that you're not even going to know that it ever existed. So, and Joe can't stay, no problem. Hey, he says, gotta go, love you. Hey, love you too, man. So, yeah, I believe I'm recording this. So, as long as the recording goes through, I will absolutely post this, yes. Okay? So, let's see. So, I've got a lot of comments coming in here. Let me see if I can read all of them. All right. All right, so Ken says there's no college that will give him a degree in freedom like Empower Network does. Yeah, I agree with that. And Ken says it's important that new team members know that you're accessible to them. You need to build a culture to hold the team together. Yeah, so that's really two comments. Yeah, that's really two comments there. So the first one is important for new team members to know you're accessible. Yes, to a degree. Like Ken, you know, I spent over an hour with you on Skype working on your landing pages, right? Brainstorming, things like that. Why did I do that? Is it because I have tons of time? No, I have such limited time, but Ken takes action, right? Ken takes action. He gets my time. Why? Because I want him to continue to grow as a leader, because he has a huge vision and I want him to achieve that vision and beyond, okay? Now, I have another team member who I love dearly who has not taken action. He has not taken action. Okay, I'm not going to call him by name, because one day he's going to turn around, something's going to click in his head, and he's going to go crazy and produce, crazy in a good way, and produce and produce and produce, and he's going to get all sorts of time from me. But I don't spend time with people who aren't doing something. And here's what I told him in a very recent email, okay, as I basically said, I've given you the steps. Have you done them? And the answer was no. Okay. And if I tell you what to do, if I look at your situation and I see what's going on and I tell you here is how you can improve, and you don't do that, then what is the point of me spending any more time with you if you're not actually going to take action, right? So yes, support everybody. Yes, do things that include the entire team, like webinars like this. But at the same time, spend one-on-one time with the people who are producing and who are making an effort. Ken says, I love you. Well, I love you too, Ken. Actually, I love all my team members because I know that you're all here for a reason. In fact, I love all the people on my list because I believe that we're all, and this is not a religious call, okay? This is my personal belief. Has nothing to do with Empower Network or anyone else, but I believe that we're all made from the same source, and whether you call that God or the universe or anything else, it doesn't matter to me. I like to see people as actors in a body, right? It's like we're all this ocean, and we're all these waves on the ocean, and we're playing different waves, right? There's the crazy, you know, big tide, and there's the tide coming in. There's the tiny little waves that aren't, you know, barely moving anything. There's the huge waves. There's the, what are they called? Tsunami waves, right? All different kinds of waves, but we're all the same ocean. And so I love everybody. I really do. I really, really do, because I know that every person intends to live a good life. And given a chance, every person will do something good for another. So anyway, that's my personal thing. Ken says, 1,200 names for deity. All comes from unconditional love, divine source, the Jedi way. LOL. Yeah. So good. So this is coaching. Now here's what I want. I'm going to think for a second about whether I covered everything that I wanted to share with you in terms of what I do with my new team members. And I'm going to draw it out very, very clearly now in a second. But I want your questions specifically about coaching new members. In other words, a new member comes in, what do you do? Are you comfortable with that, or do you have questions? And I'm hoping you have questions, because if you have a question, I know 100 other people have a question. So what are your questions specifically about what to do with your new team members? And then I'm going to unmute some of you and let you just say whatever's on your mind. If you want, you can let me know in the chat box if you would like to talk. Okay, so here's the steps. Let's just say part 1 is lead generation. Okay, I'm not going to get into details on lead gen here. You all know how to do it. You always want to increase conversion rates. Okay, and you always want to increase sales. Okay. Part 2, when you have new members, new member coaching. Okay. And I hope the call didn't drop. I just saw something. Okay, no, we're still here. Okay. So, yeah, we were recording. So, new member coaching. And first step with that is tell them what to do and set up your coaching call. So, we'll call it set up coaching call. Okay, and tell them what to do. How to prepare for it, we'll say. Okay, and then do the coaching call. That's how simple it is, right? That's the process. And then what you want to get them to is you want them to position themselves to reach goals, right? To reach their goals. And you want them to attend an event as soon as possible. Okay, that's what you want them to do. Those are your goals. And look, you're going to get people who want to go all in and they absolutely cannot. Okay, you're going to get that. That's okay. They can still work with you. There's still things for them to do, right? There's still training that they can go through. I've given all of you the Facebook Marketing Guide, and if I haven't, then get it for me and give it to your new team members, and it's going to teach them how to talk to people on Facebook, okay, how to start building their team even if they're positioned low, right? You're going to have people who just want to make a few $100 a month. That's fine. They don't need to go all in. They can if they want to learn, but they do not need that in order to make $200 a month. They could be positioned at the inner circle and make 2 sales and make more than their goal, right? $200 a month. In fact, they could make 2 sales and never make any more sales again, and as long as the 2 people they bring in stay, they're going to make $200 a month, right? So just something to think about is consider the person's goals. Now, someone who wants to make, $100,000 a month, not many of them, but they exist, okay? It's a little bit different, okay? You're going to tell them, not only do you want to go all in, not only do you want to attend all events, okay, but you're also going to want to follow all the training very, very carefully, okay? Like several times over, you want to go through it. And what else? If you have a huge goal, you got to take some massive action, okay? Massive, massive action. And you got to fail it forward. You really do, okay? You're going to get those people, and they absolutely have to go all in. Otherwise, they're just lying to you. They don't really have that goal, right? So that's new member coaching, and the basis of it is you help them figure out where they need to be. You're not trying to sell them, right? I don't think I've sold any of you, right? All of you on my team, especially those of you who are all in, I've never, called you and said, here's why you want to buy this one. No, I said, what are your goals? Okay, here's an easy way to reach your goals. You position yourself here. You're also going to get the training, by the way, okay? Are you required to go all in to be on my team? No, I work with my team members at the $25 level. I work with everyone. But you told me your goal is this, and if you really want to reach it, I think you know where you need to be. Okay? That's what it's about, right? It's not about swindling people. It's not about lying to people. It's not about trying to get people to stretch beyond their means. It's about letting people know, letting people understand what they want to do. And some will never upgrade, and some will upgrade in time, and you'll have team members who end up quitting after a month, and you'll have team members who quit after a year. You'll have team members who make sales, and then all of a sudden they don't show up, because all of a sudden they've done something that they've never done before. They get to this part, and they say, what do I do now? Or they call their new team members, and it doesn't work out. The person quits or says, this is really not for me, and they say, oh, this doesn't, you know, they get discouraged. Here's the thing. It's all a numbers game, right? I've shared this before with you too, and I think it's doubly important now that you're making sales and getting really good leads, okay, on the team, is that every new place you get to, okay, every new place you get to, oh, Chris, I just saw this. I don't know what you're reacting to, but I'm going to read it because it just makes me feel good. Chris says, you're the best, Leanne. Thank you, Chris. I really appreciate that. I do this because I really love you guys, and I want you to get good at this. I want this to be second nature to you, okay? That's what I really want. So, where was I? I got distracted, and I already cleared my screen. Somebody remind me what I was going to show you. What was I going to show you guys? We might have to cut the call short if I if I don't remember. Let's see. We talked about coaching. We talked about helping others. Oh yeah, deck of cards. Okay, you've seen me talk about this before. Oh, that's a horrible picture. But 52 cards in a deck. Okay, you've got your 2s, you've got your 3s, you've got your 4s, you've got your 5s, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10s. You've got your jacks, queens, kings, and you've got your aces. Okay. Every deck of cards has 4 aces. It's got 4 of everything. Who are these guys right here? They're the people who join and says, this is not for me. Are you gonna deposit money in my PayPal account tomorrow? No? Okay, it's not for me. What? Buy what? No, I don't have any money. I looked in the couch cushions. There's only $1 there. I don't even exist. I don't even know what. I'm gonna go do something else. I found this other program. Right? You got all these people. Whoops, I didn't mean to move that. Still getting used to this program. You got all these people who are, you know, maybe these guys stick around, but they're not really doing anything. They're just taking the training, right? I'm just here to go for the ride. I'm gonna go buy 500 more things online. And then you got these guys. They're making some effort, they're growing, they're learning, okay? They're not aces yet, but they're working on it, right? And then you got your aces. Who are these guys? These are the guys who are passing up sales to you. They're building a team, okay? These are the guys who are going to hang in there. They're getting this, right? They're going to events. They're doing what they got to do. These aces are out there, right? A lot of you guys are going to be aces. But you got to get a full deck of cards to find them, okay? You got to go through all these guys. So when you get that person and you call them on the phone and they say, stop scamming me, give me a refund, right? Oh, well, guess you were too. Okay, didn't need you anyway. I'm looking for my aces. You got another one. He says, I don't know. Are you going to do this for me? Are you going to show me what to do? Watch the videos. I don't want to watch the videos. Just tell me what to do. Oh, no problem. Right? Didn't need you anyway. You're not the ace, right? And you're going to get these guys. Okay, but you got to go through the deck. Okay, so here's what I'm going to say. Don't give in until you got at least 52, right? Stay in there, because as you do new member coaching, as you talk to people, look, you might completely mess up the coaching session, but guess what? If you have an ace in there, it doesn't matter. You could be horrible. The system will take care of it. The whole point is you've connected with them and you're doing what you got to do to produce. So that's what I wanted to say. That pretty much covers it. Let me unplug this before I do something strange. And let's close this window. All right, so good. So questions. Okay, so Ken says, I would make one change. I would say you need to help so many people to reach your goal versus make so many sales. Changes the focus on service. That's a good idea, Ken. I never thought of it that way. So, good. So let me know in the questions box if you have something that you would actually like to share, you know, if you want to talk versus just typing, because I'm done with my spiel. I actually went way over what I meant to. I meant to make like a half-hour call, but we're almost at an hour. But if you've got something that you would like to share with the other team members, hey, now's your chance. Just let me know in the questions box, like I mentioned. And I'll give. I'm not sure how much the delay is here, so I'll give you a minute. And let's see. Anything? All right. Well, you guys know how to reach me. You got my Skype. You got my number. Oh, there's a question. I think it's important that as soon as people are comfortable to create their own funnel. Okay, yeah. Not something that I would talk about in the first coaching session unless I had someone really advanced. But yeah, I agree. And really, you know, iPath 2 is which is coming out really soon, is going to take care of a lot of that. But yeah, I totally agree with you. And you know, all of you guys, I made you create your own funnels, right? For the for the co-op, I made you do that. Why? Because I wanted you to get good leads and personal leads. So anyway, that's that, guys. Love that you guys hung out with me. If you're listening to the recording, hey, I like that too. Leave me a comment. Let me know you watched this. Any questions? I'm going to post this on the blog, so just, you know, put it in the comment section. And anytime you need help, just let me know, because I'm here and I'm ready to do these calls. Pretty soon I'm going to have actually a GoToWebinar account, so what I'll be able to do is actually get you guys registered for the coaching calls, for the team coaching calls, and then you'll just get a reminder when I add a new one. So it should be really nice in that sense. So hey, you're very welcome, Chris. And yep, and let's talk offline, guys. So I'll see you guys on the next call, and we'll be talking. All right, bye everyone.